right, welcome back to the One Bar and Lupagus show. I am Lupagus, and we're talking about 5 losers from the Vikings loss, 37-10 loss to the Green Bay Packers. Season is officially over. As far as the playoff goes, there's one more game left against the Bears, but the Vikings have 0% chance of making the playoffs. It all ended on the cold and frigid tundra of Lambeau Field. So before we get into losers, be sure to join the Patreon if you guys have not done that yet. $2 a month, get a mystery video every single week. You get entered for a drawing for One Bar and Lupagus swag, and also a chance to come on the quiz show with Lupagus and earn some swag by going 5 for 5 on his questions. All right, let's hop into it. Let's talk 5 losers from the Vikings' embarrassing and frustrating loss to the Green Bay Packers. Number 1, let's go with DJ Wanham. A guy One Bar thinks I have a crush on. I don't have a crush on DJ Wanham. I was very impressed when he had 3 sacks against the Bears, a bunch of tackles, was making plays all down the field. But since then, he's been completely MIA. He disappeared last week against the Rams. Again, he was quiet again today. No pressures. You don't see him hitting the quarterback, getting close to the quarterback, not getting a sniff. He had 2 tackles on the day today. I just want to see DJ Wanham consistently, create pressure. I hope he can be someone we can rely on in the future as one of the defensive end positions. Maybe him, if hopefully Daniel Hunter comes back. I don't know if he's going to or not. Maybe a highly drafted rookie. I want someone we can rely on, someone we can depend on. I was hoping Wanham could be that guy. It's still possible he can develop into that guy, but this hot and cold shit needs to end. I want to see DJ Wanham be consistent week in, week out. Doesn't have to be a sack every week, but at least creating constant pressure, making the quarterback feel his presence, making him feel known, getting his head. He wasn't in Aaron Rodgers' head today. He wasn't in anybody's head. He wasn't even in his own head. I don't know where DJ Wanham was today, but he was not doing much of anything. Definitely a loser on the day. Let's go to the coaching staff. I just threw water everywhere. Let's start with Clint Kubiak, defensive coordinator. It doesn't matter if it's Kirk Cousins or Sean Mannion. If it's 3rd and 10, he's calling a 7-yard out and hoping the receiver can pick up the extra yards needed to make the first down. You got a quarterback with a rocket arm. Yeah, Sean Mannion. Yeah, he's a backup. You don't throw the ball down the field. I keep running up the gut at Kenny Clark as he's eating up your interior of your offensive line. I was worried Clint Kubiak wouldn't be able to game plan to get the most out of Sean Mannion. I don't know how much there is to go to Sean Mannion to begin with, but Clint Kubiak proved he is a major problem. He is the reason this Viking offense goes in these lulls, and while we can't consistently move the ball down the field, his play calling's ass, and he proved it today. I don't care who his quarterback is. I don't think Kirk Cousins would have made a whole hell of a lot of difference today. Either way, with this play calling, we would have lost this game by double-digit scores, even if Kirk Cousins was under center. Clint Kubiak, good try, but I think you'll be gone with Mike Zimmer, who also is another turd on this list. Not turd. This is actually losers, not turds. That's something completely different. Mike Zimmer, it's potentially, your season's on the line. You pick Sean Mannion to start. If you think he gives you the best chance to win, fine, but you got an athletic rookie you took in the 3rd round. You want to see what he maybe brings to the table. Again, would have mattered? I don't know. But you're not moving the ball on offense. Your defense can't create any pressure on Aaron Rodgers, no matter what you're dialing up. It wasn't working. You weren't being creative enough. Rodgers and the Packers offense had no problem moving the ball down the field on your vaunted defense. Yes, they kind of clutched up a couple times in the red zone, keeping this game closer for a longer period than it probably should have been. But in the end, you gave up 37 points. Defensive side of football is your bread and butter, and it failed again. And now your season's over. You got 1 game left against the Bears. Will this front office allow you to coach it? I think you've earned that. So I think this is it. This was the Mike Zimmer era. It will end next Sunday at US Bank Stadium. And he's just been too much of a loser all season long. Just horrible decision-making, not getting this team ready to play. This team, everything was on the line, and there really wasn't a lot of energy with this team. Yeah, it was freezing cold, but you have to win this game against your arch rival. You come out flat, and you come out flaccid, and you lose the game. So it's on you, Mike Zimmer, this whole 7 and whatever it's going to be, a 7-9, 8-9 season. I hate this extra game. It keeps throwing me off. Mike Zimmer's decisions, Mike Zimmer's coaching, Mike Zimmer's preparation is the reason the Vikings have a losing record and reason the Vikings are not in the playoffs in a year where it really shouldn't have been that difficult to make the playoffs. Another loser from this game against the Packers was Oli Udoh, the guard. I could probably put Garrett Bradbury in here, but Garrett Bradbury had an amazing catch, so he is not going to be considered a loser. Oli Udoh, Kenny Clark just owned him all game long, getting pushed back, pushed around. Udoh maybe would come out, hit him hard, but couldn't stay on him, couldn't keep on his block, lose his man. Kenny Clark would slip off that thing. Back up in Manning's face, eating up Delvin Cook every time they tried to run up the middle. The Vikings had no answer for Kenny Clark, and Oli Udoh could not handle him. So Oli Udoh, again, a loser from a Vikings game, which he's been on this list quite a bit this year. So I guess you shouldn't be surprised, Oli. Hopefully, like Mike Zimmer, your last game is this coming Sunday. And the final loser and the biggest loser from this game, really no question about it, unless you look at the coaches, maybe look at Clint Kubiak or Mike Zimmer. But from a player standpoint, is Chris Boyd. Chris Boyd, what the hell are you doing? Turn around and look for the damn ball. Every time you're guarding the receiver, you're on top of him, facing him. No idea. You're just flailing your arms, hoping you hit the ball. Turn around, see where it's at, make a play on it, do something. Guy I thought showed some potential last year. I thought he gained confidence through special teams. I thought that would carry over to when he's actually covering a man. It doesn't. Cam Downser hasn't been great, but he would have been light years ahead of what Chris Boyd was out there today. Just horrible, embarrassing coverage. Why he was even on Devontae Adams to begin with, I don't know. That goes back to the head coach. I'm putting my best corner on the team's best receiver, no matter what. I'm not having a scrub like Chris Boyd cover him, but that's what we did, and it was exposed, and Chris Boyd was exposed. He couldn't cover Alan Czar, couldn't cover Devontae Adams, couldn't cover my mom. Chris Boyd, loser from this game. So that is it. Those are your 5 losers from the Vikings. Lost to the Packers. The season is over, but our season's just getting ready, just getting started. Got the game against the Bears coming up, and obviously we hop into draft talk, free agency talk, potentially new head coach talk, and a lot of things to talk about with the Vikings. Well, this was a sad day for the team. There's still plenty of things to be excited about moving forward. So that's it. One bar will be on tomorrow with the winners from this game, which is a much tougher task than the losers. Until then, guys, keep your skull in your hole.